Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to Darkseekers Retreat, otherwise known as DSR, the first of many spot guides to be done on my Scholar. And I figured it'd be a good thing to kind of start putting more information about there on Scholar. I'll put out some spot guides, kind of let people know what to expect performance-wise on different spots when you're playing Scholar. And my goal is going to be kind of to put two of these a month, once before the monthly video and one after. And if you want to see me try out these spots live, always find me at twitch.tv/AdmiralTux or live here right on YouTube. And if you think there's a better combo or add-on, I do have some, you can discuss it here on my Discord in the description. And I definitely take the feedback, always looking for improvement to get better performance. So, without further ado, let's go. So let's talk combo and add-ons. So first of all, let's start with the add-ons. These are the add-ons: Dropkick, Hammer Punch, Hammer in the Knee, Golden Vines, which is the dropkick flow, Hammer Fall, Gold's Continuum, which is the flow to home run. And those bring into this combo. So I'm not super optimized, and by that I mean I'm not running like demi-human damage in my light stones. I'm not running deep seas yet because I kind of need to push more AP to get to the 1150 restricted cap. So since I'm not doing so much crazy damage because I'm only a 755 gear score. I say only, it's pretty good, but for DSR it's pretty, you can get up there. So how I go pack to pack, this is what it'll look like. Let's say this is one pack over here, we'll have another pack, I don't know, right over there. Editing Tux here to say really quick that the things you can flow, like your F and your forward E and your down R&B, do flow. Anything here that is not locked that has a flow it. It will be worth it. So yeah, just throwing that in real quick before the combo starts. So because I have extra time, because I needed to take some more time to kill my pack, I actually go pack to pack and start with a home run. Use my flow, go in, I'll drop kick, E, WE, shift LMB. Maybe if I want a back attack, I'll do a space bar, shift C, shift S, and I'll down R&B. And if ever within that combo, if I ever need to kind of get behind the enemy, I'll hit a little down shift, or maybe I'll hit a down F, or I'll hit a little space bar. Those are my go-tos if I ever want to get behind or I want to avoid damage. So let's say I finish that combo, the mobs come in. The little small mob after you kill the two big guys. And by that time, since I don't do too much damage, my home run should be right back up to it. So I go and back to it. Now I'm on the small mobs, same exact thing. Boom, shift F, forward E, shift LMB, I'm going between. I want to get behind the mobs, I do a down F into my shift F. Keep going, and let's say, oh, boom, mobs are dead. So let's say there's a pack. The next group is right over there. I'm doing some movement, and I'm going home run. And boom, I'm on the next pack, start the combo again. So that's the gist. And also, let me throw in that the flow for Hammer Punch, which is, let's find it, Golden Trajectory, locked. It actually wasn't locked on the preset, but locked. Because as you can see here, the E is a forward E flows pretty fast. But if you want to do it, unless you do a different combo, if you do E flow into WE flow, kind of takes some more time, and you kind of want to get yourself buff out pretty fast. So let's see about how this looks in the actual spot. All right, first let's talk about buffs. DSR mobs are demi-human, so we're talking demi-human harmony. If you're getting below the AP restriction, courage. If you're above, deep sea, simple enough. And the restriction is 1150. So if you can get past 1150 with a deep sea popped, amazing. And if you're at a gear level where you can be 1150 without all that attack, then you're going to be running demi-human on there as well. That's your end game. Demi-human light zones, deep sea popped. That's insane AP. You have a lot of room to work with. Awesome sauce. But most of the time, it's going to be your all-out attack, your demi-human harmony, and your courage, and just full smash as much AP as you can right in there to get closer to that 1150 mark. And of course, simple cron, church and villa buffs, your manor buff, all your little AP buffs to get you closer to that 1150. And now we're just gonna do a quick example run. I'm not gonna pop my main buffs just because, you know, I don't want to waste them. So we're gonna do a little pseudo run. Let's pretend as if, you know, I'm coming here to grind. I'm starting in. This starting with your home run only works if you're kind of floating in between the AP restriction. Like I can reach a solid like right just under like 1140 with all of what I have. If you're running past that, you're getting deep seas. You're most likely not going to be able to start with your home run without not having it back up when the small mobs. So here we go. So we'd go. Here F. E, forward E, Shift LMB, avoid damage, a little space bar. You could also do Shift F or down F. And you're just continuing until kill the mob. And then see the home runs back up. You go with the mobs, your home run, flow. Same thing. E, forward E. Obviously I don't have a harmony pop, so these guys are hurting me a bit. But you get the gist. And if you wanted to relocate a little space bar, or maybe a Shift F, it's kind of how it looks. And then for me, I guess I will see what these guys dropped. But for me, when you're not doing too much damage, I like to boom, and you go right into your home run. But before you have that, or after you have that damage that you're just pumping through these mobs, or these two original guys, then the technique is definitely just starting with your forward or with your F and skipping the saving the home run, more like saving it for these guys. Like let's say I go over here, you would just jump right onto these guys, go with your F, and then you would kill them, and you save that home run, and that home run flow went for the little guys. That's about how it goes. The only things, make sure you pop your buffs. There's no real usage for these. The Shift X could be a decent movement if you want it, but I never really feel the need to use it. And as an extra tidbit, I do like to choose a spot that is flat. So because the home run can get finicky when you run into something. It'll, you get stuck on something, or you might get, flowing into a rock and you get stopped. So better choose a flat area to grind. I'm right here, right next to town. And let's talk about drops you can expect to see in here, by the way. So, DSR does drop the City of the Dead piece, and obviously the Universal Telescope piece that all of the places here have, except for Islands. And then you're gonna get Essences, Hungers, Flame, Embers, Kabua Fragments, Kabuas, Limbos. Place is great. And I'll showcase some of the trash loot that I find with Agris. This place is very Agris efficient. And I'll showcase some of the loot I got, how much trash loot I got in an hour. And that's with considering that my restricted AP, obviously right now it's not the max it will be, but I get to 1139 just about with my add-ons, my self buff. I get right around 1139. So consider that. So I'm going to showcase some, with a lot of events, And speaking of events, there's a few here, DSR. I'll probably showcase a few clips of what they are and kind of describe them. So let's see those. All right, so here, this one's pretty straightforward. You'll see the Eternal Darkseekers. And it's basically like, it'll just spawn a bunch more mobs. A little extra trash loot. But the special thing about it is that the little Eternal Darkseeker himself, when you kill him, after he becomes vulnerable, there's a chance that this big Darkseeker comes in. And when he comes in, if he gives you a guaranteed Kabua fragment, which is pretty nice. You get a little extra money, but that's about it. Simple event. And this one's even more straightforward. It'll say you sense a blazing heat nearby. It spawns a little flame. You kill it, you get a guaranteed Ember of Resonance. So some people have said that it stuns or does something to the mobs around you, but I've never really seen anything like that. But guaranteed Ember is a guaranteed Ember. So yeah. And now this is the event you really want to see. The Red Tide. Basically, it's just gonna spawn wave after wave of mobs, and it gives you a lot of trash loot. It lasts a few minutes. This is the one you want to see a lot of in your hours to really boost up your trash amount. But it's literally as simple as that. It spawns in a bunch of weak mobs. You'll get the normal mobs as well in between waves, kind of. But it's just great. You get a bunch of trash loot. Just make sure you don't get over damaged, because sometimes the mobs really can stack up together and to hurt a lot. So yeah, just be careful. But that's that. Now let's see what type of drops I'm seeing with a lot of events, little events. You know, I have a few examples at my gear level. All right. So 1 hour. 1 hour. 9 normal events, 1 red tide. We're looking at 31,580 trash. 1 red tide, like 2 or I think 3 or 4 eternal Darkseekers. Expect a little 32k, not bad. 4 red tides and a handful of eternal Darkseekers, probably like 4 or 5 or something. 35k trash. Sheesh.
All right, so that was just a couple of examples. And you know, it just gets bigger and bigger the more gear you're gonna have, because you're gonna be able to run deep seas. That's gonna boost it a good bit. You're gonna be running demi-human damage, which is even higher. That's gonna boost it a bit. But just know it as a little baseline. If you were to get like no events at all at this gear level on Scholar, I guarantee like a solid 30k minimum. I got 1 red tide and boosted it up to 31. You know, the red tide is always the most important thing. I mean, the Eternals you saw in that first one, I got 9 Eternals, 1 red tide. It was basically the same trash loot as like 4 Eternals and 1 red tide. But that's the video, guys. I mean, let me know how you think I did with the spot guide. This is my first time really doing a little spot guide like this. Let me know what you guys might think, you know, might be better to do, might be a little faster, or maybe even better to kind of like leave out or go less in depth on. Just let me know in the comments, you know, or you know, leave it in the Discord so we can discuss there. But like usual, you know, I do these live, twitch.tv/AdmiralTux. We're here on YouTube, and the Discord that I just mentioned in the description. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time.